We are the dollars and cents.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Well, today we're going to do their unboxing, first impressions, and update video. This time it comes from a house that we actually did a video on not that long ago, and this is going to be my second fragrance from the house. I did get my hands on another fragrance, and I'll probably do a video on that one a little bit later. It is a travel spray. We'll see if I get to that one. But I did find this one again at Burlington Coat Factory, or Burlington, whatever they call it nowadays. And like the last one, I believe it was called Continuum. That one was, I think, 1.7 ounce or 1 ounce bottle for around $30, plus tax for about $33, something like that. And I did say that was a cheap but good fragrance. I really did like that one. I thought it was very complex, niche quality, in I guess a designer brand or whatever. They are a luggage brand, I think, from the UK, or no, I think they're a Canadian luggage brand actually. But I did like that one actually, and I still have that bottle in my collection. And when I saw this one at Burlington, I was like, wow, okay, we got another 30 ml for $29 before tax, and it might be something worth checking out. So I picked it up, and we're gonna do that fragrance today. So without further ado, the fragrance we're gonna talk about today is from the house of Tumi, and it is Unwind, guys. So there's a fragrance here if you guys can see that. Not sure if the light's gonna be too bright for you guys or not, but go ahead and put the hand there just in case you can't see that. But it is called Unwind. So Unwind from the house of Tumi is a men's woody smoky fragrance released in 2020. Don't know the nose behind this fragrance. If you guys do, let me know down in the comments. And this is an eau de parfum concentration, guys. The notes for this fragrance: in the top we have ginger and lemon. In the mid we have geranium, sage, and lavender. And in the base, round things off with oud, sandalwood, and vetiver, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at this box. It does look almost identical. I want to say that the other one was like a copper color. This one, it looks more like a dark brown, maybe black, but it does have the signature Tumi little red line there. And this is a 30 ml bottle, so I'm assuming this is gonna have the same kind of cap. If you guys remember from the last one, I think I've done two videos actually now. We did Continuum, and then I did 9 Degrees, and I didn't like that fragrance. Actually, I just completely forgot that I did that one as well. The 100 ml bottles did have a better locking mechanism than the 30 ml, but they're both pretty good in that aspect when it comes to the little locking mechanisms, which I went ahead and assumed that that's how their luggage locks. And if that's the case, then you're gonna have a very secure luggage. Here's the box again, guys. Inside of the box, don't know if you guys even care about seeing that. And we do have a card that does say Tumi there, and a little bit of information on the back, nothing too important. And here we have the bottle, guys. So almost looks like the other bottle. I want to say the other one again had a more of a copper kind of feel. And if you recall, I said it sort of reminded me a little bit of a better version, a more niche version of Armani Profumo. I think the one that comes in the gold bottle. So the color scheme sort of matched up on that one. So right now this one does look like it just has a kind of a dark gray cap with a brown or maybe a light black on top, going down to a clear here, guys. But yeah, so that's not a lot going on with this bottle. Let's see if this has the same mechanism. It is locked. Yes, it does. So it goes like this, and it locks on to where it does not move. And so we will unlock it here, and we'll go ahead and get to the first impression, guys. This is the best part, my favorite part of the video, and kind of get into it quick because we'll see where this one goes. You know, it's still cool outside. It's still a winter here technically in Texas, so I think, judging by some of these notes, it's going to be a heavier fragrance. We shall see. Clean hand here. Let's check this one out. I recall that the sprayer was better on the last bottle, but I could be wrong about that. Okay. Getting a woody, spicy fragrance. Smells a little boozy, a little bit. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Straight to Heaven from Killian. So that's a little bit of that sharp woodiness. I'm getting a lot of the vetiver and the sandalwood. The sandalwoodness does remind me of Santal 33. So it's going to be that type of sandalwood. Slightly pickly, like you guys get in Le Labo's Santal 33. I did have like that boozy sort of woody take that Straight to Heaven has, but it doesn't have like the cedar note. This one, or I don't know if it's cedar that's in Straight to Heaven, but it's just whatever that woody note is. It does remind me of this a little bit, but this right now smells more like Santal 33. So is it a clone? I can't say just yet, but it's along those lines. But it does have like that same booziness, if you will, because I think that Straight to Heaven's supposed to be, oh, what is it? Is it rum or is it? I don't think it's rum. It's maybe it's rum inside of a wooden cask. It sort of has a little bit of that going with it still, but not exclusively. It's more of like that mixed with the Santal 33 woody vibe. Not so much what the Straight to Heaven brings to the table, but it does have a lot of vetiver in this. I'm getting a very earthy, rooty note mixing with that sandalwood. Very masculine. It smells nice. It does remind me, again, of those two, and I actually like those two. They're not my favorite fragrances, but if you can find a fragrance that sort of reminds you of those two, you're holding good company, because it does remind me of that one quite a bit. Getting some of that geranium, but it really just getting a lot of dirty, earthy vetiver. Not getting an exclusive oud note. Just a lot of sandalwood, a lot of vetiver, a little bit of that lemon, maybe a little bit of ginger to give it a little bit of a zing, but not exclusive. Right now, I think this smells good. Again, if I'm comparing it to those two, and those aren't my favorite either, I'm not going to say this one's really blowing my socks off, but I think that this is good, and I'm going to predict that this will give me compliments, or get me compliments, because I always got compliments with those fragrances. Even though I didn't love them, I still wore them, and people always said something like, oh man, you smell fantastic. Never understood that about those fragrances, because to my nose, they smell good, but I'm guessing it's going to be one of those, those were some of those fragrances that just smell better in the air. And if that's going to be the case with this one, then I'm pretty sure I'm going to get some decent feedback. But nonetheless, it is a pleasant smelling fragrance. Good mix between the two that I mentioned before. And I think it's going to be, very masculine. I think it's going to be kind of powdery in the air. Very, very woody and slightly sweet, slightly citrusy, earthy and powdery in the air. But we'll see. Time will tell with this fragrance. But right now, it's not bad. Again, I mentioned it like this, those two. And if you like those two, you might like this one. But we'll see where this one goes. Eau de Parfum, $30. Is it going to be a cheap but good fragrance? I want to say that in my Continuum video, someone said that $30 for a 1 ounce bottle isn't cheap but good. I beg to differ. I still think that that's a good price for, I mean, especially with the Continuum. That fragrance is really strong. You don't need that many sprays. I think a 30 ml bottle will last you quite a bit. Can't speak for this one right now. I will say it does smell pretty strong though. And I do feel that if it has the same sort of projection and longevity as the two that I mentioned, then it's probably going to be the same with this one. But we'll see. I'm just sort of speculating at this point. But I do think this is a nice fragrance. Again, not the best, but we'll see where it goes, guys. I'm going to wear this fragrance tonight. Over the next couple of days. Give you guys an update shortly. Talk to you then. All right, guys, I'm back with my update for Unwind by the Canadian, I believe, luggage brand called Tumi, guys. They put out, if you guys don't know this, they put out some fragrances. And I want to say this is my second or third to try on the channel. This might be my third, actually. What can I say about this fragrance? I like it. I don't love it. I'm going to stick with my former assessment where I said that it reminded me a little bit of Straight to Heaven by Killian mixed with Santal 33. I'm going to stick with that. Definitely get that sort of a woody, sort of boozy opening. Those notes aren't in this. So overall, it does have more of the Santal 33 feel, but it just has a bit of a booziness and a woodiness that Straight to Heaven brings to the table. But again, not exclusively smelling like that one. I will say it does smell more like Santal 33 than anything. I did go to Fragrantica after I wore it a few times just to see what the people are saying about this one. And I got a lot of mixed reviews on this one. Some people were saying it reminded them of Santal 33, while, you know, a couple of comments down, some people are saying it doesn't smell like it at all. So I don't know. Obviously, everyone has two different noses. But to me, if you guys recall in the first half of the video, I did immediately say that it did remind me a lot of Santal 33. So, you know, you might go on a limb and say that this is their interpretation of that fragrance, although not exclusive, because this one smells different enough to warrant maybe 2 purchases. I don't know really, but this one does have a lot more going on to my nose. But I did get a lot of like earthiness from this one. A lot of like it's probably come from the vetiver, but something in this smells almost like Chanel Mademoiselle. If you guys know what I'm talking about, maybe you do, maybe you don't. But every time I smell that fragrance, I do get like this earthy, almost like a dirt kind of smell. It's really weird. It's the only way I can describe it. I'm guessing it's from vetiver. I have no idea. At least in this composition, I probably think it's going to be from the vetiver. So it slightly reminded me of that one as well. But overall, we'll say Santal 33 is probably going to be your best bet to compare it to something and some people were saying it has like a pickle juice flavor, and people were saying that one about Santal 33 as well. I can agree with that. It's not exclusively as much as Santal 33, but it's there. I can definitely see where the pickle thing comes from. Whenever I got Santal 33, whenever I smelled it in the air, it just smelled different. Whenever I wore this one, like maybe the first or second time I wore this one, I got like a breeze of air, and it really brought the sillage to my face. And I really got like an old man type of masculine, old man spicy fragrance that I wasn't expecting to get. Like I remember getting that type of whiff when I was going to church when I was a little kid, and some old guy was wearing a cologne out there, and that's what it really reminded me of. Very spicy and woody, and that just wasn't what I was getting from the paper or on my arm, but in the air, it definitely had that vibe. I mean, it was probably maybe 20 minutes after I put it on, so maybe it was still pretty fresh on my skin. Didn't get a chance to cook on my skin very long, but that's what I got. I imagined it was going to smell just like Santal 33 in the air, but it did not. But I will say what the performance was pretty good with this one. I got 8 hours of longevity with this one. Every time I wore it to work, and it's been cool lately. So it's not like I was sweating and it was super hot or anything. But yeah, I got 8 hours of longevity with this one. The projection I thought was pretty good. Like to me, I think it's going to push out as much as Santal 33 does. Because to me, on my skin, it was just as strong as that one performed on my skin. Now, are you going to get the same experience? Probably, in my opinion, probably not. Because again, when I got that sillage of it, it did not smell like Santal 33. But again, it's real close to me. Maybe I didn't give enough time, so we'll see. It's going to be up to you guys out there to see what you guys think about that one. Seasons for this fragrance, guys, I think it's probably good year round again for the seasons. Honestly, I do think. I mean, this isn't going to be exclusively a summer fragrance by any means. But I do think that it's not going to be too awful, maybe in some, warmer evenings. So I definitely think you can wear this one like in the warmer weather, maybe not cloyingly hot weather. But I do think this would be okay, in the warmer weather. I do think it smells really nice in the cool weather. But yeah, I just think this one's going to have pretty good access for all seasons. Again, I'm leaving it up to you guys when you want to wear this one. But in my opinion, I don't think it's too over the top, like strong to where it's like, exclusively for winter, exclusively for fall. I guess you could maybe lean towards fall because it sort of has like that woody fall feel. But honestly, I think you can probably wear this one year round and not have any issues with this one, guys. Ages for this fragrance, I'm going to say are 30 and up. Now, this is $30 for a 30 ml at Burlington. So that's pretty cheap in my opinion. But I do think that this is more of a masculine fragrance. I told you, whenever I got that little sillage blast, that it really reminded me of like an older gentleman, like old, maybe 30, 35. But 30, I think, would be a safe age range for this fragrance. I don't think the younger guys are really going to like this fragrance. So, yeah, I'll stick around 30. Overall, I do like this fragrance again, but I don't love it. I do think that if you guys like Santal 33 and want to try something similar, but not exactly like it, then maybe give this one a try. I do think they're different enough to warrant 2 purchases. Also, this one's like $30 at Burlington. I think if you guys like that DNA and like that type of fragrance, you're probably going to like this one. So I think you should give it a try. I think that Burlington has a pretty good return policy. So, you maybe wear it a couple times, and if you don't like it, you can take it back, and they'll hook you back up with a good refund. But I do like this one. Don't love it. I do think that the Continuum is still my favorite from the house. I wasn't a big fan of the 19 Degree. That one was super overrated. Everyone loves that one. I'm glad I was able to sell it and get it out of my hands because I didn't need it. But yeah, I do think this is going to be sort of floating in between those two. Like, I like it, but I don't love it. I don't see myself wearing this one all the time. I don't really think I would even reach for this one, honestly. That's why I don't know if I'm going to keep this one either. But I do think this is good quality juice. I think the quality's there. I think the ingredients are there. Also, I failed to mention there's oud in this. Didn't get any exclusive oud, so you guys don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I don't see myself reaching for this one, guys. But maybe you will. If you like that type of fragrance, very, very masculine, very woody, reminiscent of Santal 33, you might want to get your hands on this one or your nose on this one, guys. Whichever one comes first, guys. But thank you guys so much for watching another video on my channel. Also, what are your thoughts on this fragrance? I forgot to say that, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this fragrance down in the comments below. Am I crazy? Does it smell like Santal 33 or no? No. Let me know down in the comments, guys. But thank you guys so much for watching another video on my channel. If you like this video, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications for future first impressions videos and first set of content just like this, guys. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Dollars and Cents. There, you'll find first set of photos and future contest winners. And as always, until next video, you guys take care. Thanks.